Hi, welcome to class. We're the only two right now, but the other ones will show up eventually, right? I hate my life. I hate my life. A Professor Sunreis Productions! Hello class, Professor Sunreis here, and in today's class we are, as promised, gonna take a look at a replay analysis of me playing my Bystial Spright list. I'm not 100% sure if this is the up-to-date list which you've seen in the deck profile, but nonetheless this will be more than enough to see the deck in action. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave some feedback down below, and let's get right into the replay. So here we are in the replay. We up against Slim J, who's at 1164 rating, and we are at this point at 780. You can't see it. 50 with us 40. Let's pause here real quick. This is I think I said it in the intro. This is a different version. I still have the droplet in this one, but in theory and prosperity. But in theory, it is you should get a good grasp on how to play this deck in this one. The opponent is on Despia Bystial. Opponent opening hand is Super Poly, Branded Fusion, Saliak, Beast, and Serenia. And we are on Droplet, Prosperity, Serenia, Beast, and Starter. So 2 out of 5 cards in our hand are basically the same. They will activate opening, get Albaz and Lubellion out of there. Get the Albion, effect Albion. We let this resolve. We, of course, could hit the Serenia on the Albaz, but then they can continue afterwards, and they have to basically go minus with this fusion out of the hand. So we are very happy with that. Effect Lubellion, pitch the Saliak, fusion Albaz, and it into Mirror Jade. On Resia, I thought they would activate the Saliak, but they don't do it, so we activate the Serenia on the Lubellion, banishing it, which is very important. But not only does this negate or doesn't get deeper into the Bystial engine, but most importantly, Albion stays on the field, making it so that they don't have a free surge, free cycle in the end phase. They use the Mirror Jade here to get the Albalanitus into the grave, banish our Serenia. They set a Super Polymerization, which is such a broken card. I hate it to the guts. And in end phase, they will be able to Albalanitus into instant fusion. Yeah, into instant fusion. We see they're playing tier names. I don't know why they didn't activate Saliak here, and Hafnus would be awesome to hit, but I don't know. It is what it is. So we draw for turn a Druid Worm, which is insane, of course. Having the ability, I don't know, why didn't they set the Beast? This is a dragon. You can just tribute this. Maybe they, I don't know. We will find out. We activate Prosperity here for 6. If you want to play Prosperity here, these would probably be the banishes which you want to go for going second. I've run quite well with this. You can still make an Appaloosa if you need to, but this use package being cut if you have a starter is pretty standard. But like I said, I cut this card just because it just didn't feel good enough in my opinion. Our mills are Fenrir, Jet, Droplet, Lubellion, Smashes, and Starter, because we already have a starter. These two get out. We never want to have this. We already have this, so it's basically Lubellion or Fenrir, and Fenrir just going second is way too good in my opinion not to pick up. Especially because we already have the Branded Beast in our hands. We don't really need to play the to get the Lubellion on. We will have Druid Worm plus Beast is enough for me to make use out of them. So Fenrir, add Fenrir. No need to play around the Droplet here. We activate Druid Worm on the Albalanitus to summon it, because we now will want to go into a starter, so we basically have to use it, and at least it's something to get out of their graveyard. So we summon blue. Probably in hindsight, no. In theory, we could now break their board here at this point, but we still just die to a Super Poly. Oh, of course, they don't set the Branded Beast because they want a Super Poly discard. It makes sense, of course. We summon blue with the starter. Blue search Jet, Jet search Smashes. And I think at this point I probably should have smashed the set just because either the set is blank or it is a Super Poly, especially against Despia. That's usually my line of thinking. And against the Super Polymerization, getting the Smashes out here would have been insane. We go for a sprint into Angler. Effect Angler, summon 2 Beaver. Again, no Super Poly on my part, and now we get hit by a probably on the Gigantic here. Yeah. Gigantic on that. That hurts a little bit. They go for the Starving Venom. which is not the end of the world, but they get the Albion on the grave, which is more important. Now we use Smashers to banish the Beaver, and that, yeah, we should have just done that before, honestly. But it is not the end of the world. Like I said, we still have a Fenrir and a Druid Worm on the field. Effect Fenrir, banish the Mirror Jade face down. Druid Worm attack direct, set 2, and we pass here. In end phase, they are able to activate Albion to search or set an, what's it called? Branded Fusion. They will, of course, search it. If they would have set it for whatever reason, we could have Branded Beasted in the standby phase, which would have been insane. They draw a Druid Worm, which is decent, I guess. They activate Druid Worm on our blue. We are fine with that for now, I think. And I think, yeah, Fenrir here on the Druid Worm is kind of mandatory because they would just run over it. We do have another Fenrir, but we kind of want to pitch that for a droplet. So I think it is the correct play here. We know they have Branded Fusion plus Instant Fusion in the hand, but Fenrir doesn't really do a lot against that, apart from banishing the Kid Carlos. But like I said, they could go into battle phase, and we might as well want to droplet the Kid Carlos at that point. So here we think we use droplet on that. In hindsight, if we've done it like this, we could have also just make them go into, yeah, probably should have. No, that way they don't have the Kid Carlos edge to go for Rhino Heart or maybe normal summon that. So yeah, that's definitely the correct order in my opinion. So they activate Branded Fusion here on Albaz and Kid Carlos, getting the starving the Dracostapelia. Did they play 2 of that? We banished 1, right? Yeah, they play 2 Dracostapelia. Interesting. No, they can't because they need to go into a Branded Fusion, of course. So here they get the Kid Carlos effect. No Lubellion because, of course, they don't have that. No discard, but they hit 2 Tearlements names, of course, which is a lot. Way too much, honestly, in my opinion. But let's see. They go for Rule Colors and Merly, and that will go into Dracostapelia. They will go into the battle phase. We will let them go there, and now we can use the Branded Beast to pop the Druid Worm, the Tribute Druid Worm, pop the Dracostapelia, and then effect Druid Worm to send the Rule Colors. Rule Colors will summon itself back, but now the next time we remove it, it is gone for good. And the Fenrir will be run over. We get 600, and they, I think, have to pass here. They have no follow-up. And we draw into a Magnamut. We activate Magnamut to banish Albaz, the only thing which is remotely alive. I guess you could call for Libitum, but I think that's more important. Effect Magnamut, then we activate the Beast. Yeah, we activate the Beast here, pop Blue Colors, it can't come back. We go end phase, get the Druid Worm. So now we are in the Bystials against a deck which heavily relies on its graveyard. Basically, they go end phase. We just pass. Of course, we cannot use the Druid Worm. We draw into Lubellion, and from here on, I think we just basically win. Yeah, effect Lubellion. Get the Magnamut, and then here we just activate both of them, and we have game on board. So let's go into that game too. The opponent decides to go first again. Let's pause here. We have let's look at them. They have a Sharon, a Branded Fusion, a Lubellion, a Branded in Red, and a Planet. Pretty insane hand. We have Shifter, Branded Beast, Carrot, Druid Worm, and Droplet. And this is also the reason why I kind of kicked the Droplet, because here it is just not good enough if you have a Shifter already. But as you can see, a version like this can definitely hold its own, and it's arguably maybe even better. I'm still thinking a lot, so maybe the droplets will come back into the deck. They activate Sharon here. Shifter on that is definitely the best feeling in the world. They activate a Branded Fusion, banishing Albaz and Tragedy. Summoning Lubellion. Effect Lubellion, chaining to Tragedy, chaining 1, pitch, Branded in Red. To get the Dracostapelia. Then they will add in the Luba for follow-up. Normal summon a Luba. I guess, yeah, they can normal summon that. And then go into Branded Fusion. They can't go for a rank 4 here, of course, because they activated Branded Fusion in the end phase. Yeah, we activate the Druid Worm on the Shifter. Draw for turn is a Fenrir. Biggest punish in the world. Which sucks. We set Branded Beast, set Droplet, and pass? I don't know why we didn't run over the Sharon here. Very interesting. They will go for a Redoer. They still play it. Interesting. Branded Beast, pop the Druid Worm, effect Druid Worm, pop the Dracostopelia. They will activate Lubellion. We still have a droplet, so we are decent, I guess. Get the Magnamid, and we just pass here. There's way too much the opponent has. I don't know why I didn't run over the Sharon there. Maybe I was just dumb at this point. Who the fuck knows? So first game we are allowed to go first. The opponent is on Albaz, Planet, Edge Imp, Super Poly, and Poly. We are on Magnamid, Starter, Magnamid, Druid, Worm, Beaver. So these are definitely the two you don't want to draw in conjunction. They are fine to draw, but it's way better to get that Serenia, get that Lubellion going. And I think at this point I was not playing the spell, and I was also not maxing out on Serenia and Lubellions, arguably, but I was not quite sure. So maybe the ratios here were not as optimized for the Bystial package. So we activate Beaver here. This is definitely also a very good time to showcase you guys just what Beaver plus Sprite Engine does. So we now get a Beaver out of our deck. Effect Gigantic to go into blue. This is also really good against the deck which plays Bystials themselves, so we play around them accordingly. We don't need to get our Bystials going ourselves, not that we can really with our hands, so we are fine with them being in the hand for now. Gigantic summoned blue, blue summoned Jet. Let's see, we search his Smashers here still a decent enough card, in my opinion. We go into Elf, effect Elf, summon Jet, probably for a Djinn Buster. Maybe we still go for a Masquerena here. Let's see. We go for Masquerena, actually. Yeah, it's still a very good card against that deck. Appaloosa is really good against it, if you time it correctly, especially with the Druid Worm in our hand. Feeling very good about that. We get the Starter and the Smashers. We don't activate the Starter, which we could arguably do, but we wanted to play around a Dark Ruler. A carrot here would have been pretty good, but then again, Branded Fusion is probably first action of the turn. So getting that carrot out is not really that impactful, just because we really don't want to negate that. So they set one. Albaz, they have priority, of course. I don't know what I was thinking here. Lots of games I had just very weird, was just very not up at my game, let's say it like that. So they set the Albaz, Super Poly, the Elf away for the Mirror Jade. So no follow-up on that department. They activate the Edge Imp Chain, which they discarded, adding the Frightful Patchwork. So now we know that in hand. Renatan High Spirit is dead, by the way, as a pickup for turn. For now, at least. They have an Edge Imp Chain. They activate the Field Spell. I think, yeah, we smashes that. They chain the Mirror Jade. We then activate Magnamid. We to banish that, so they cannot get an end phase search. We activate the Albaz, we activate Druid Worm to banish the Albaz, and afterwards we Starter to get the Smashers. In my opinion, I think it was correct to do it like this because I really wanted to keep them in my hand. Maybe we should have kept the Druid Worm in the hand and summoned the Magnamid to get an additional surge, but using Starter there at the last possible chain in the chain link was, in my opinion, the correct play. Maybe the Magnamid should have gone before, like I said, to get that additional surge going, get the Lubellion, get the Serenia going. That's probably the correct thing. But we do it like this. The Smashers resolves because we still have a level 2 on the field. We sadly don't get the Jet Surge because Jet leaves the field before it can surge, of course. But from here on out, we are pretty good to go. Brandon High Spirits, pitch the Edge Imp Chain to get Albion, effect Albion. Sadden the Retribution, but they don't have a spell for now. If they draw anything good here, we would be in trouble, but they only draw Magnamid, which is not the cleanest draw. They banish our blue with the Magnamid, and they can go into battle phase here before they search one with the Magnamid. Battle phase, attack with 5/5, which is pretty decent, but not enough to kill us. Actually, they draw Serenia, and we draw Lubellion for turn, which is pretty good. We activate Magnamid here on Masquerade Dragon. We activate Magnamid, effective search. We pitch the Lubellion to do that. We chain Druid Worm on the Lubellion, so they cannot summon their own Serenia. And now we get our own Serenia of the Lubellion. We don't have Lubellion engraved currently, but we are fine on that department because we have a Serenia, so we can still send it. We use Serenia effect to banish the Edge Imp Chain, and then we go into a Dark, Effect Serenier, effect Rootworm. We send the Magnamid because we don't want to send the Mirror Jade yet, as we don't really know if we have lethal, but we definitely have an OTK route from here on, I think at least. So we activate the Dark to summon the Magnamid. You have to send a fusion. If we would have played a fusion here, sending Mirror Jade of course would have been better, but we don't need to do that. Dark and Thing go into Elf. Dark and Magnamid Elf revive the Jet. Effect Jet to add starter. We still have enough life points to activate that, and from here on we activate Lubellion to revive it, tribute the Magnamid, activating the Beast out of the deck, going for a Gigantic route, effect Gigantic, summon blue, effect blue, summon red, effect red, and summon red effect, Soul Sweeper, overlay, banish that. They activate Mirror Jade, but we have more than enough, right? We have 3-2, 2-5, 1-9, and we can get another additional K off the starter. So that should be lethal. 2-9 plus 1 to 2-5, yeah. And then the starter activates, summon Carrot, take 1k. We are 200 life points, and it is game. So that was the replay analysis of this game. Like I said, this is not the list which I was using, which I was showcasing in the profile, but honestly, in my opinion, the one in the profile was better because I was playing a lesser Bystial count on that one. The droplet, while it was pretty decent in this game, not gonna lie, overall it was feeling kind of underwhelming, and I didn't like it as much. You saw the problem with the Fenrir, where it sometimes can be a little lackluster, but overall it's been performing quite well. And honestly, I really enjoy how this deck performs, and honestly, the amount of OTK potential you have with the Bystials is insane. That extra 2.5k attack, usually will have at least one Bystial in rotation, is super crucial for getting those clean OTKs going with sprites, so that's super helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this replay analysis of mine. Leave a like if you did. Stay tuned for more. Class is dismissed. Professor Sunreis out. Peace.